Today we are going to continue the topic implied condition. In the previous video we have seen few implied conditions. Okay, the first was condition as to title, the second was sale by description, the third was condition as to quality or fitness, and only these three we have seen. Okay, now the fourth point we are going to continue today. Okay, now condition as to mercantability. Now mercantile is a quality. Mercantile means sale and purchase, but mercantability means what? The quality of that concerned product. Means if you are purchasing a pen, that should write. If you are purchasing a watch, that should show proper time. Okay, so the goods must be of mercantable quality. If they are not of mercantable quality, then an implied condition is been broken and the contract can be cancelled. Okay, so section 16 of the Sale of Goods Act clearly states about condition as to mercantability, where goods are brought by description from a seller who deals in goods of that description, whether he may be a manufacturer or producer, or he may not be the manufacturer or producer, he may be just a seller. Okay, there is an implied condition that the goods are of a mercantable quality. That means goods should be of such a commercially saleable under the description by which they are known in the market and at their full value. Means I am purchasing a pen. My objective is what? I want to write something, therefore I want a pen. So I am purchasing a pen that should write. I am purchasing a watch for what? To see the time. So the watch should show the time. Means if they are not doing their work properly, it means they are not of a mercantable quality. And if mercantable quality is not there, it is a condition, it is an implied condition which has been broken, therefore the contract stands cancelled. Okay, now that was the fourth implied condition. Now the fifth is what? Condition implied by custom. In the previous video what we have seen, there is no implied condition as to quality or fitness and all. Means the goods which you are purchasing, they may not fulfill your purpose because the seller is not telling, or the seller is not selling by telling that these goods are going to fulfill your purpose. You are going there, you are purchasing it, so you are quite good enough at making choice, so you have to make a choice and you have to purchase it. Therefore there is no implied condition as to quality or fitness. However, if that quality or that fitness is assumed by custom, then an implied condition will be there. Okay, an implied condition as to quality or fitness for a particular purpose may be annexed. Annexed means connected by usage of trade. Okay, we'll see one case. The case is of priest. The name of the case is priest versus last. This person has purchased a hot water bottle. Means when a person is purchasing a hot water bottle, it means in that bottle hot water is going to be poured, it is going to be stored there. But what happens when he brings that bottle and when he pours hot water in that, it bursts and injury is caused. Okay, so if it is burst, injuries are caused, or injuries may not be caused, but it is burst, means it is not having that quality to store hot water. Okay, so it is not having a mercantable quality and also it is not fulfilling the purpose. Okay, so condition as to implied condition which is implied as to custom or usage. So when it is being sold for a particular purpose, the purpose must be fulfilled. If it is not fulfilling the purpose, then the implied condition is broken and the contract can be cancelled. Okay, now this is the fifth condition. Now the sixth is what? Sale by sample. See, when the seller is selling the goods and he is showing the sample is being seen by the buyer. Now when the sale takes place by a sample, there are certain rights which the buyer has. What right he has? Means what implied condition is there? That the goods must, the bulk must correspond with the sample. If the goods are not according to the sample, the implied condition is broken and the contract stands cancelled. Now, sale by sample, the provisions of sale by sample are mentioned in section 17. A contract of sale is a contract for sale by sample, where there is a term in the contract, express or implied, to that effect. In the case of a contract for sale by sample, there is an implied condition. First, that the bulk should correspond the sample in quality. It should be of the same. Corresponding means that the bulk has to correspond with the sample. Whatever sample is being showed, accordingly the bulk must be there, the goods must be there. Okay, so that is the first implied condition. Second is what? That the buyer shall have a reasonable opportunity of comparing the bulk with the sample. If I am seeing the sample of rice, I am taking the sample, and when the bulk is being taken, I should compare it. I am having a right to compare the sample with the bulk, and the bulk should be corresponding the sample itself. Therefore, I am having a right, being a buyer, I am having a right to check whether the bulk is according to the sample or not. I should be given reasonable opportunity of comparing the bulk with the sample. Okay, and the third implied condition is what? That the goods shall be free from any defect, rendering them unmerchantable. The defect should not, however, be apparent on a reasonable examination of the sample. Means if I see the sample, there is no defect in that sample. Okay, but when the bulk is there, and if that bulk is having some defect, it means the goods are not according to the sample. I can cancel the contract. So the third is what? That the goods shall be free from any defect, rendering them unmerchantable. The defect should not, however, be apparent on a reasonable examination of the sample. So the goods must correspond with the sample. The buyer will have a right to check, to compare, and the bulk should be according to the sample only. It should be free from any kind of defect. Okay, this is the sixth implied condition. Now the seventh is, the last one is what? Condition as to wholesomeness. Now this implied condition applies for eatables. Okay, now when you purchase eatables, they should be wholesome. If they are not wholesome, they are going to adversely affect your health. So if the goods are not wholesome, the contract can be cancelled. Implied condition has been broken. See, in the case of eatables and provisions, in addition to the implied condition as to merchantability, there is another implied condition that the goods shall be wholesome. If they are not wholesome, they are noxious and all, they are affecting your health, then the implied condition is been broken. Okay, we will see one case. The case is Frost versus Aylesbury Dairy Company. Here the person is purchasing milk, and the milk contains germs of typhoid fever. So if he purchases it, if he is taking it, it is going to affect his health, his family's health. Whoever will consume, whoever will drink that milk, they will be affected by that typhoid fever. Okay, so the implied condition as to wholesomeness is broken here. These are the 7 implied conditions. What we have seen, we first saw that condition can be either express or they can be implied. Now what are express? Express conditions are those which are expressly mentioned by the parties. And what are implied conditions? Implied conditions are those which are implied by law. Where law says that this is a condition and that must be fulfilled. Okay, so though the parties don't mention it in the contract, law mentions it for the protection of the buyer. Okay, so if these conditions are broken, the contract stands cancelled because it is a breach of a condition. And what we have seen, condition is a stipulation which is very essential to the main purpose of contract. It goes to the root of contract, and if it is broken, the contract stands cancelled. Okay, today we have completed the topic implied condition. Okay, bye bye. See you.